Warning, listen at your own risk. The Toxic Talk Shit Show is a satirical, offensive, and ridiculous podcast. Your hosts, Gio and Magnus, talk shit about anything and everything. They're not to be taken seriously unless, of course, they accidentally drop some flagrant wisdom along the way. The characters, opinions, and jokes on the show are purely for comedy, entertainment, and maybe a twisted form of advice. If you're easily offended, please consult your nearest therapist before pressing play. Otherwise, buckle up and enjoy the chaos. If you find yourself laughing at anything questionable, degrading, or otherwise obscene, congratulations, you're one of us now. Let the shit talking begin. Your discretion is strongly advised.
I hear a plane.
So, the audience won't hear it.
Ooh, good point. Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
What plane?
Your mom's plane.
My mom isn't a pilot.
She wishes.
She used to train pilots, though.
Yeah, train them on how to give head. What?
Yeah, while they were driving the plane.
Nice.
Yeah. How do you
Is it called driving or flying?
It's called flying, but that's how I got here.
But, like, why wouldn't you drive the plane?
I was conceived on a plane.
That's...
Yeah.
Mile High Club?
Yeah, I started the Mile High Club.
You are literally the Mile High Club.
I am the Mile High Club. Can you believe it?
I do.
Yeah. How were you conceived?
I don't want to think about that. Ever.
I see.
Ever.
I see.
I know what my dad's condoms look like. I don't want to.
You popped it. You popped the condom. What color was it?
I don't fucking know.
You should know. Is that why you have asthma?
Welcome, all you toxic talk shitters to the Toxic Talk Shit Show.
The Toxic Talk Shit
Boom,
Show.
boom.
Boom, boom, boom. This is our second episode.
Dosaruni. And as you know, I am Magnus. Over with me today is
Gio in the house.
In the house, in the podcast house.
Yeah, in the podcast house, in the fun little studio that, this is our studio. I built it just for us, for no one else.
No one else.
Our studio.
Yeah.
That's how much money we make.
We make all of the money.
Thank you to our sponsorships, which are none. We have no sponsors yet.
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 You could be the first, the only, the one. You could be like Frodo.
Ooh.
Have the one sponsor of power. One sponsor to rule them all.
They have to have curly hair, though.
Ooh, and big blue eyes.
Yes, and a golden ring.
You know, I just watched something and I found out that Frodo Baggins, yeah, he has these great big blue eyes, but he actually apparently is like super blind.
Frodo or Elijah Wood?
I guess Elijah Wood.
Oh,
technically.
okay. Yeah,
But
I heard
yeah.
he's colorblind. Yeah.
I dated someone who was colorblind.
I saw him DJ once at South by Southwest.
What?
Yeah, and he
What?
looked like, he looked like that he was doing it. He did a really, really great job. I was like, Frodo, DJ Frodo.
DJ Frodo.
Yeah.
That would be the dopest name ever. Welcome to the stage, DJ Frodo.
You want to know a fun fact about DJs?
Yeah.
Shaq's a DJ.
I feel like anyone could be a DJ now.
But he is a DJ. He's been a DJ for like 20 years, apparently.
Was he DJing before he was basketballing?
I don't think so. I just remember watching Lollapalooza last summer, just randomly popping it on Hulu.
Yeah.
And then it's like DJ Diesel, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, oh, cool, Shaq's there. Shaq's everywhere, right?
Well, I feel like after all this time, like when you have that amount of money, you could become amazing at anything.
Yeah.
Because you have the money to hire like the best tutors, the best people to be like, yep, teach me how to DJ. Great. All right. $1,000 later, I'm here.
Teach my child to be smarter than me, please. I have the money to take my child to Harvard, even though he or she is the dumbest person on the face of the planet.
Money can buy you anything you want.
It cannot buy you sadness.
You can get that for free. You can get that by listening to our show too.
Yeah, absolutely.
For
To
free.
the Toxic Shit Show for free.
Cheers to
great.
that.
Yeah. How's everything going?
You know what? I've been getting back on the socials, much to my chagrin.
Congrats.
And yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
You're entering into a whole shitty world.
It's annoying what people fucking post. And I get that, like, back in the day, we used to, call people, email them, write them letters to, like, get caught up. The Brits used to go to afternoon tea to get caught up on all the gossip. Now, all I have to do is look on Facebook for 2 seconds, and it's just like, why do I give a fuck? Why do I give a fuck about any of it?
I don't care about people who take pictures of their food and they post it up on Facebook,
At least
Instagram,
that's
and everything.
informational. At least
Like,
that is informational.
I do not care what you're eating. It looks delicious, but it's not going to be existing in the next 5 minutes.
No, the problem
so why
is
would
that
you do that?
people
You're not
aren't-
a food critic.
That's the thing, is people aren't posting good food, they're like, look at my eggs that I made. Oh, wow, look at this shitty loaf of bread that I made. It's not like you're posting anything that you're like, wow, this is actually something I want to make. You're posting fucking shit that no one wants to eat and that a 5-year-old could make. Wow. And you want a fucking gold star for that?
If you follow us on Instagram, you're going to start seeing pictures of the food that we eat, and it's going to be pizza from Papa John's, it's going to be
Little Caesars,
McDonald's, In-N-Out, all of that kind of stuff.
In-N-Out.
Because you know what? In-N-Out, and it's good. It's good.
It's good.
Yeah. Speaking of McDonald's, did you hear that they, I believe they brought it back a while back, but they have a chicken Big Mac now.
You know what? I actually heard it was pretty fucking tasty.
I heard it's really, really good. But it's also like, how dare you, McDonald's, to not come up with this idea like 30 years ago?
Right?
You've had a Big Mac. Where were the options to just have your McChicken be double the size?
Right? We don't need fucking salads.
No.
You would go to McDonald's and get a salad. Would you go to McDonald's for a salad? Would you?
Yes, you would, because you have.
Oh.
I ate a salad at McDonald's once.
Oh, God, Gio.
You know, it
That's
was
embarrassing.
Yeah, I was at a concert, needed something, and so it's like, all right, I don't want to eat any of your shitty food, so you know what? I'll just go ahead and order a salad. Later on that night, I shit green.
That serves you right.
Right.
I don't
and
even
that's
feel
what I deserve. That's what I
pity
deserve
for you.
Yeah.
You deserve that because if you're gonna go and eat fast food, own it.
Yeah.
Don't go to Taco Bell and be like, I'm going to try to get the healthier option. No, just get the fucking chalupa and Crunchwrap Supreme and own that you're going to shit your brains out and it's going to taste like dog meat. Just own it.
Yeah, and all their seafood is like dolphin meat. Like the fillet of fish.
Oh.
It's got to be dolphin meat.
Have you ever had dolphin meat?
Well, no, I've never been to Japan to have dolphin meat.
Do people actually eat dolphins?
Of course, they slaughter those dolphins every single year.
But how do they catch them if dolphins are supposedly the smartest mammal?
They put a massive net, they trap them in the cove, and then they go around and they slaughter them.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I gotta go to Japan.
I want to go see some dolphins in Japan.
I want to go
specifically.
eat some dolphins in Japan.
Ooh,
Road
we'll
trip.
have to eat it. Road trip. Podcast in
road
Japan. Podcast road trip.
Japan, if you want to sponsor this Toxic Talk shit show, bring us to Japan. We will eat your dolphins.
We will sponsor your dolphin meat. Yes.
In our
Email
belly.
us. Yes.
I love that.
Yeah, it's
I love
great.
That.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right.
I know people eat a lot of weird other things, but like, and I know I've heard like down south, like way south, they eat a lot of dog meat. And I'm like, is that just a thing they say or do they actually? You're Mexican.
It's definitely a southern thing. It happens a lot in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is dog actually eaten?
Now, I've never eaten dog as far as I'm concerned, but it's I feel like it's just in certain areas of Texas and then maybe some certain areas of Mexico, but it seems like the further down south you go, the more dog you end up eating. I mean, I would like to go to a place like Brazil and go to a restaurant and be like, you know what? I'll have the Bichon Frise today.
Ooh, go to like a churrascaria.
Yeah.
But it's a dog churrascaria.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I want a picture of the dog that I'm eating.
Oh, almost like Wagyu beef, where it's like, here is your A5 Wagyu beef. This is Chauncey.
Yeah.
He has been sung to with classical Beethoven, groomed
Ooh, a
3
Saint
times
Bernard.
a day.
Yeah.
But instead of your A5 Wagyu, you are getting your domesticated dog meat. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, a Saint Bernard would be like Thanksgiving.
Oh my
like,
God.
You know how big those things
One
are?
Saint Bernard would feed
my
like
God.
3,000 people, I feel like.
Shoot, like, oh my God, that's all you need. That's Costco right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Costco for dogs.
Costco for dogs.
A dog Costco.
Ooh, a dog
Dosco.
Costco.
Dosco!
Oh my God. Hey!
Dosco!
$1 million idea right there.
Oh my God,
yeah,
brilliant.
that's trademarked, by the way. You cannot take that
No
from
Dosco.
us. You have to pay us $60 a month to become a member.
It's like what you do at the seafood restaurants where you get to pick out your own lobster.
Yeah.
What if you get to pick out your own dog to eat?
Oh my God.
Oh, and then it's like, and then people start, instead of raising dogs for dog fighting, people raise dogs for dog eating. And so it's like, okay, and then instead of genetically modifying, these, designer breeds. It's like, oh, are we going to pump them up with like steroids? Do we not want pit bulls because they're too muscular? Oh, do we want something that has a little bit more fat on it? What would be the fattiest dog?
They're just like cows, right? So maybe
Sure. They eat a lot of grass.
Yeah, what about a wiener dog? You could turn a wiener dog and then turn that into a literal hot dog. I mean, whenever you're eating a hot dog, aren't you eating dog? Because dog is in the title. It's not. I mean, sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's not. But I get why it's called a hot dog.
Meat,
but like,
we really don't know what's in that.
Yeah,
so it could be.
I always thought it was a wiener dog though, because doesn't that meshes?
It does.
Yeah, and it's delicious. And if you go to a Dodger game, you're eating a lot of wieners.
That's all I want in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Constant wieners in my mouth.
You just love wieners, don't you? Mm-hmm. So let's talk about some crowdfunding initiatives. These are things that are toxic, of people doing like, oh, I got stabbed, donate to my GoFundMe to get hospital stuff.
Yep.
Like, I'm tired of seeing stuff like that. Like, I work very hard for the very little money that I make. Thank you.
You do.
Thank you.
You're right.
And I'm sick and tired of receiving text messages or ads on Instagram for me to give my hard-earned money to someone who got stabbed in the chest when I had nothing to do with it. Even if it was a friend, I wouldn't donate anyway.
What is the difference between a GoFundMe page and someone standing on the street corner with a cardboard sign?
There is no difference.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There is no difference. But yet people think it's completely fine to say, give me money. I'm going to write a pity party story and give me money. We don't even know if that pity party story is right. Just like we don't know what's on that cardboard sign is correct. That guy is not an Army veteran with 3 children who are starving.
I saw a guy on the street the other day, and it said, hungry, I'm trying to buy dog food. There was no dog in sight. So
Is he eating dog food?
Right. Or is he eating dogs? Or is the dog food just for you because you're such a stupid person that you want to go and eat dog food and not sugarfish in Santa Monica?
Yeah.
Let's face it, all these homeless people are incredibly rich.
They're probably actually richer than you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I remember seeing a guy, I was driving past the intersection, and then literally he takes off his homeless costume and he gets into his Rolls Royce and drives away.
They've probably done this somewhere on TV of like, let me social experiment being homeless or being I will take it back.
Yes.
There's a difference between being homeless and panhandling. There is a difference between not having a home and asking people for money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like you said, if you sneezed and now you have to go to the hospital, well, how is that my problem? If your kid was born deformed, how is that my problem? You know what they did back in Oregon Trail times? They just grinned and bared it and waited for little Timmy to get pneumonia.
Yeah, I miss Timmy.
I miss Timmy.
Yeah.
Fucking pneumonia.
Pneumonia.
That damn rattlesnake.
Right. Have you ever gotten vaccinated for pneumonia?
Why would I do that?
I've had it 3 times. I survived.
Maybe you should get vaccinated then so that you get the pneumonia.
Ooh, that's a really great idea. That's what vaccination should be.
Yeah.
They should put the disease inside of it so that whenever you get it, put it. Brilliant idea. Yeah. That would kill the entire population if everybody just got vaccinated.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Brilliant idea.
Yes.
Everyone get vaccinated, then
everybody dies. Everybody
then we
dies.
go back to Oregon Trail and no one survives.
Oh my God, you're such a poet.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. But with these medical GoFundMes though, I mean, it's not just medical. Like, I've seen one for babysitting. I need a babysitter. Can you help me buy a babysitter?
Right? It used to be those rare cases where someone started a GoFundMe because, this was an extreme case. Oh, someone got into a car accident and now, they've run through their disability. Their hospital bills are in the millions. That used to be the rare cases. But now we've gone to a society where everyone and everything requires a GoFundMe. Oh, the Starbucks barista was snarky to me. I need a GoFundMe to receive, pain and suffering from that snarky response.
Yeah, true story. Whenever I was in high school, my friend and I, we started our own a little foundation called the Lost Cause Foundation.
Oh, nice.
Where literally throughout the entire school year, we had a little can with a little bit of change in there saying the Lost Cause Foundation, and we were raising money to not be lost causes anymore.
Brilliant.
And people gave us money. They gave us their spare change from lunch. It was great.
Yeah.
And you know what we did with that money?
What?
We went to see Kid Rock.
Dude.
He died on stage. The little guy.
What?
He spontaneously combusted
No,
on stage, and
that's not real.
And all the blood went all over everybody's face. It was amazing, and he just kept doing bang, the bang. I mean, that little munchkin got banged.
And bombed. To
Yeah.
death.
See what the things that you do to make up for money? Like, how do I know that this is for medical? How do I know this is for a babysitter? How do I know that this is for your sperm donation or whatever? Like, there's really no way of knowing. If I give you money, how do I know that it's actually going to this actual cause?
Right? And there used to be a way where you could just donate kind of like, oh, I'll donate a little bit to this cause if I want. I'll give money to the Red Cross or to, Pets R Us or whatever. But they posted on these social media websites, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, what the fuck ever. And it makes you feel guilty if you don't, because your friends see it. People see it. Everyone sees that you're a heartless D-bag that doesn't want to help a sick, fucking retarded kid. You're the asshole. Where it's like, I didn't think this was my problem. Why can't you just handle your shit? Now you have to broadcast to everyone that you're poor and can't handle your shit, and it's my problem?
You know what we're going to do? We're going to start a GoFundMe for this podcast.
Yeah, because we're poor, pathetic, and we can't handle our shit. So give us money, and we may spend it on the podcast, or we may not.
We may go see a movie. Who knows?
Right?
We'll see how much we can get.
Ooh.
I spent all this money building everything for the studio, and we're not getting paid for this podcast.
What if we started a GoFundMe page?
The Toxic Talk Shit Show GoFundMe page.
Fundme page.
Or Go Fuck Yourself page.
Go Fuck Me page.
Yeah, ooh, Go Fuck Me page. Ooh.
People might think that's a prostitute site.
Ooh. Well, they do make money.
Ooh.
Send us money for the prostitution
For fun or
services
fuck,
that
who knows?
that we don't offer.
Right?
Yeah. We'll put it up on Craigslist.
It's like
We'll
prostitutes. They also are like, there is a line of like, you get this, but not this.
We'll be each other's pimps.
I would pimp you out so
hard.
hard.
I would pimp you out. I would make so much money off of you.
Pimping
I
you
would
out.
make you so much money.
Oh my gosh.
Even with the smile.
Oh, that smile is your calling card. I would pimp that smile so hard.
We got to go to Skid Row, and then we branch out from there. It all starts at Skid Row out here in Los Angeles.
That's why it's well known.
Right.
Rodeo Drive, Skid Row.
Oh, yeah. You got to start small. You got to start really dirty, and then you work your way up to getting all the nice jewelry.
Yeah, I want
I'm going to
the
get
jewelry.
myself one of those hats.
Ooh, I need hats.
Yeah, I'm making, oh my God, I can't wait to make all this money off of you.
And then I'll give you like 5%.
I would take 10%. But
we'll negotiate.
It's a small business, and I mean,
as long as
once
I can
we get
tax write you off.
Of course, that's the only reason why you would open up a business, right? So you can get the money back from the government.
It's like those people who open up fake churches and are like, "Oh, this is a church.
Yeah.
We worship something. Give us the write-offs."
As long as the government says, "Hey, you're a religion," and you get that tax write-off, oh my God, you can buy buildings.
Yeah.
You can buy people.
Why wouldn't everyone exploit this idea?
There's the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
There you
It's
go.
a real church. Look up the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster and become a member today.
Have you seen the new Hims commercials?
There's also hers.
The whole, like, it's cool to, like, not have your dick work. Here's some pills because it's important to get your dick working.
I think Hims is more than just for erectile dysfunction.
yeah.
It's for other things too,
Sure.
right?
This country has been so run by men and their needs that now it's become completely fine. It used to be like, oh, are you having issues? You having eating issues? That used to be a secret. Now they're fucking making commercials and being like, your dick don't work? It's okay. Here are some pills. And the funny thing is anytime that we think about women and like, hey, I'm not having, as much libido. Can I get some pills for my libido? No. They're like, you know what? Have you seen a therapist first? They send you to a therapist and are like, it sounds like it's a you problem. You should probably talk about it. Where men, they're like, your dick don't work? Great. They never say, maybe you should see a therapist because maybe, you're having some blockage down there.
There really needs to be an even balance between genders, for sure.
Whoa, Gio, that is progressive. Who knew, Gio, was this progressive?
How am I seeing hers ads and you're seeing him's ads?
Yeah.
When it should be the other way around. Dude, these streamings, is there aggregator or algorithm? Is that it's just clearly wrong because they're advertising to the wrong people.
I've seen none of the hers. I've only seen the hims.
Maybe they do have those drugs for erectile dysfunctions for ladies.
They don't.
Because ladies get erectile dysfunctional.
I get it.
Maybe they do.
There's no ED drugs for women because women's don't have.
See, Magnus does her research. I don't do any research. That's the big difference is that Magnus does her research. I don't do any research.
University of Online Harvard.
Yeah, I've been going to Harvard for the last 7 years.
Yeah.
I have failed history at least 6 times, and I'm taking it again.
Well, history changes.
History does change, and history repeats itself, too.
History changes, and it repeats. And so how are you ever supposed to get it right?
History doesn't ever evolve. It stays the same. I mean, if something happens, it's going to happen again in 30 years.
True.
I mean, we're talking...
Or 3,000.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're talking about, buildings being blown up. Buildings blow up all the time.
Right? Oh, my God. Every time they're like, we found... There used to be this ancient society that had all of this technology. How could they have built this stuff? I'm so intrigued to see what's going to happen when our society crumbles and, the apocalypse happens and then 3,000 years they find like a computer or a cell phone buried and they're like, where is this ancient technology that came from in the year 2000?
Yeah.
Whoa.
We're going to be living in teepees at that time.
Again, because it's still such a smart form of housing.
If we're in the desert, I mean, I'd love it if you were my neighbor.
I'd stick my head under your teepee flap and just go, hey.
3 a.m, wake me up.
Oh my gosh, brilliant. Have to fight off everything because everything's trying to kill you.
Right, because everything's going to blow up one of these days.
Oh.
Even the studio is going to blow up.
Yeah.
A plane could be coming and hitting through us right now.
You don't think we're going to get frozen out? Because, the whole, I feel like there could be another ice age that freezes us out. Are we going to go out by, big sudden, or are we going to, slowly just, dwindle ourselves to extinction?
I just love all the options that we have for any of us to go out at any single time.
Yeah.
I mean, you could die of cancer, which is kind of boring, or just dying in your sleep. No, whenever I die, I want there to be a story behind it.
Oh, yeah.
A story of something where I only know, but you can't ask me about how it went because I'm already dead.
Yeah.
But I love that we could die a fiery death. We can get frozen to death.
Yep.
We could get shot. We can get
Acid.
run over. You could take some wacky drugs and then fall off a cliff.
Fall off a balcony.
Right. I wish you could choose, but no, it just, it just
choose
happens.
your own death.
There's a fabulous show. I don't know if you ever watched it before.
Oh, tell me.
It's called 1,000 Ways to Die, and it's literally these reenactments of how people have died. There was one guy who stole a woman's purse, and then he went to go hide inside of a car wash machine.
Yeah.
And right at that time, there was a repairman who went to go start the car wash, and literally he slipped and fell, and his head got popped into one of the car washers, and so his head filled up with all this water, and his head blew off.
Wow.
Yeah. It's such a great show.
I'm watching that.
It's so cool.
Immediately.
Yeah. Spike TV, you should be sponsoring 1,000 Ways to Die on this podcast, and if you want to bring it back, let us know. We will happily make that show for you, and it's such a classic. Please bring it back.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it shows the date and where it happened, and it's an amazing show.
I feel like that could be the future of our society. Is instead of people just living and eventually dying, what if you get to a certain age and you get to choose your death? Okay, people can now, because the world is overpopulated. People can't live as long because we're going to run out of resources, right? So people are only allowed to live to, let's say, age 85.
You haven't beaten life yet, but
you're
5
close,
years away.
and now you're on the downhill. You're not contributing to society. You can't drive a car. You're just walking around without pants on.
I love walking around without pants.
Geo, stay on topic here. if you want to go peacefully in your sleep because you're boring, or if you want to like choose something exciting, like throw me into a lion pit. I want to go hike to Everest without shoes on. Whatever it is, you get to choose how you die. Oh my God.
Oh,
Help
what a
with
brilliant
population
idea.
control. It would be fun.
And that's something to look forward to, right? It's just like
Yes.
how whenever you turn 16, first you're born, right? First you're born.
You don't remember
then
that, sadly.
Yeah, and then, I remember vaguely what it was, but like basically you're born and then you have, you go to first grade, you have these little life achievements
Sure.
as you get older.
Yeah.
You turn 18, like, hell yeah, I can buy porn. I turn 21, hell yeah, I can drink. Hell yeah, I'm 25, car insurance gets lower. And then what is it there to look forward to as you age there?
Nothing.
There's such a big gap. There, and
Yeah.
so 85, that is a great, that makes people want to live longer.
Right.
Because on your 85th birthday, you get to choose how to die.
You get to die.
You get to die.
You get to die at 85.
Yeah. Oh, man. At the same time, like, to me, 90 is when you beat life. And
Okay.
that's right. And so I think whenever you turn 85, cool, you can die at 90 or whatever age that you want. But at 85, you have to choose how you die.
85, you choose to die. At
You can
90, you go bye-bye.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We've already come up with the slogan for this.
And this is population
U.S. government,
control.
and you know what? Entire world, UN, you're welcome. We've just solved population control
Yep.
in a fun way.
Yeah. And I would watch this happen.
And then you could televise this if people...
Yeah, ABC can make a TV show about it.
So people have 5 years to like set up how they're going to die.
Yeah. Think about what the narration would that be for the show. Aunt Agnes is going to choose how she dies today. It is her 85th birthday. What will she choose?
Oh my
will
gosh.
she choose firing squad? Will she choose a plane
She
crash?
can either come up with her own idea or there could be a bag of deaths. Oh, so Aunt Agnes gets to choose bag of death. She reaches her hand in there, fishes it around, pulls out something amazing.
And it could be piranhas.
Oh, piranhas.
Oh,
Like
yes.
1,000 tiny paper cuts. Oh, it could range from like
Oh.
slow and torturous to like super fast getting smothered
Yeah.
by your child.
Like with rocks.
Getting pressed to death. We
Yeah.
could, Salem witch trial this bitch.
Mhm, yeah.
Oh.
Getting hung and everything. Oh my God, that'd be so amazing.
Oh my God. And especially because nowadays we're a more civilized society. And so people don't have as much executions, right? It's like people still, I think there's still like a handful of states that still will publicly execute people.
Yeah, there's death row, but I find death row to be really, really boring because my tax dollars are still going to these
Right?
people.
It's like
Why don't
lethal
you just-
injection. That's it, whatever.
Right, yeah. And like, what happened to the electric chair? I
I
want
think
to
there's
see a
few
show.
states that still do electric chair.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. If I'm going to watch somebody die, I want there to be a show.
Right?
Yeah, and if you go to life in prison or something, like come on, that's boring, man. Like,
Is that a punishment?
is that a real punishment when they have education for these guys now?
Yeah,
and
they
these
get
guys
to-
and
They
ladies.
get to rehabilitate.
Yeah,
they get to eat 3 meals a day. They get exercise. They get to like get shanked.
Yeah.
They get to like form gangs and have friends.
Yeah, and as somebody who
We've seen Shawshank Redemption.
And as somebody who currently goes to Harvard for many, many years now, one time I was on one of the web classes and Charles Manson logged on. I was like, what is Charles Manson
No
getting an
fucking
educating
way.
It was nuts. I was nuts.
But he's still alive?
Oh, no, he's dead now. Thank God. But at the same time, it's like, why is this monster getting a Harvard education?
Right?
Yeah, these prisoners shouldn't be getting anything.
Yeah.
They should be dying of starvation.
Ooh.
Yeah. You should
What
be-
if that's a form of... I don't know who would choose that, though. That's slow and torturous.
Yeah, if you're 85, you're hungry a lot. So
I hear as you get older, your appetite goes down. So you probably wouldn't be hungry. So you actually probably more likely naturally starve yourself.
Well, great. The older I get, the more fit that I'll be in because I'm fat.
I'm not going to comment.
Yeah, I drank like 7 beers last night.
Yeah, it's
So
embarrassing.
I'm a little hungover today.
We all can't be, beautiful and slather ourselves with makeup.
No makeup here.
Wow.
None whatsoever.
Wow.
Yeah, this beard is real.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking about how much women spend on makeup and perfume, and how now society has caused us women to like care so much about our appearance and everything, when isn't this a new concept? Like, isn't marketing to women a new 21st century concept? Because women didn't have money, and so there was no point to market to them, and everything was used to be bought from the man. And so men would wear the makeup, men would get the fancy tights and clothes, men would get the razors. When did things change that now women are thought to have to buy all of this stuff?
Probably the internet. When the internet started to shift, because society started to shift as well. And I'm all for women making money, because you know what that means for me? That means I don't have to work. That means I'm the one who stays home. Yeah. I'm not the best cook, but man, I will learn cooking. Right? And whenever you come home from after your incredible day at the lawyer's office, I'll make you very, very happy.
Oh, yeah. You would be a great...
I'd be a great house husband.
You would be a great house husband.
I really would.
You need a sugar mama in your life.
Thank you for your support in this.
You do need that.
Yeah.
Gio.
Thank you,
I could see you. I could see you with a great little apron, making great food, watching the cooking videos, being part of the Housewives Club.
And I think there needs to be more marketing to women.
Why are men so against women working and making money, and therefore having money to spend and buy things on?
Isn't it a boost of the economy? I don't understand.
It boosts the economy.
Right.
And also, isn't that better than her spending your money? Because
absolutely.
With her not working,
I don't want any woman spending my money, the no money that I have, because guess what? If I had a girlfriend, I would have even less money.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't need a girlfriend.
Nope.
You need a sugar mama.
Yeah, I need a sugar mama. I love sugar mamas.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're a sugar mama looking for a handsome-ish house husband.
Oh, stop it, Magnus. Stop it. You're making me blush.
We got Gio right here. He's available. He can cook. He can have a martini waiting for you.
Yep.
And gives great foot massages.
And I know how to swipe right.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, I know.
We have a podcast studio. Who wouldn't want?
I mean, this is a podcast. This is a dating show.
It's a dating show. It could be whatever you want it to be.
God.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Thank you. I actually do have a girlfriend. So, right. So
stop it.
Yeah. She's not a sugar mama. But
sad.
It's sad. I make more money than her, and I make zero money. So it's we're just kind of poor together.
That's really sad.
Yeah. Right whenever I met her, I had a little thing with her bestie, and they're not besties anymore.
Oh.
Right. And she keeps asking me what happened between her bestie and me. And all I've said is well, we were flirting over text. Right. And it's that was before we were ever a thing, and you're not besties with it anymore. Well, apparently she went out of her way to tell this bestie, out of not talking forever, and basically saying that we had sex. And we did not have sex.
Women don't trust men.
Then why do you get with men?
Because you have dicks.
So?
And you buy us things.
Spending my money.
And you make us feel special sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, and then we fight with you the other times.
Do you fight with us just for the sake of fighting?
Yes.
Why? What's the point?
Have you ever heard of something called boredom?
I'd never gotten into a fight because I was bored.
Oh, I mean,
I've gotten into a fight because I'm lady, I'm watching the game, okay? The game's got 5.5 minutes left in this quarter, okay? Yeah. I will pay attention to you when the game is over.
I think every woman has a certain level of ADD to them. It's not the cool ADD that everyone has and it's oh my God, I'm totally taking Adderall for this. This is so fun. I can't focus. This is women are always thinking so many different things. And so once you start watching football game, our head just keeps going and going and going. And so it's not that, oh, I'm choosing to pick a fight. It's you're not paying attention to me. I need this from you. Wait, does he like football more than me? And so our brains are constantly going. And so that's really what it is.
Women just need to be more into sports. And that's not my fault.
What about the women who are into sports?
You look like a lacrosse player.
I don't know what it is, but this hoodie makes me feel like a lesbian. This is my lesbian hoodie.
I thought you were a lesbian.
No.
Because I'm a lesbian.
You're a woman who likes late.
I'm a man who likes women.
That's
so
not a
yeah.
lesbian.
Where did that word even come from? I like the spelling of lesbian.
I feel
for
like
a
all
long
of our
time it had a
words.
Z in it, but no, it's an S.
It's an
But
S.
it's like what meeting happened where it's like, ooh, a woman being gay, where a man is just gay or or homosexual, whatever the term. But like, let's come up with something really, really cool. Like the word lesbian is a really cool word.
The word lesbian.
That's why I'm happy to be one because I love women. But that is a really cool word. And the way that it's spelled, lesbian, like let's be into each other.
Lesbian.
Because there's being, and less or I don't know. It's just
I mean,
love
it is
that.
a cool word. You are not a lesbian, and you will never be a lesbian, Gio.
Damn it.
Stop it.
Damn it, Magnus. Stop
it.
Stop crushing my dreams.
Unless you transition to a woman and then you like women, but I think that's like a whole new term. I think the whole transitioning term is just like you don't become a lesbian, you become a transitional woman.
What would that be called?
I don't know.
You know what that would be
Maybe
called.
you know.
If you transition from a man to a woman and you're still like women, are you a lesbian? And if not, what is that called? Comment below. Let us know. I'm curious.
Right?
Yeah.
If I became a man
'Cause it is
and
a
then
cool
still
word.
liked men, would I become gay?
You'd be happy.
But I would still be getting dick.
Right.
That's the thing is like, do I have to become a man to get dick? Or is it then I'm getting gay dick?
I mean, you're a woman. You can get dick in any gender that you want to be. If you like if you like dick, you're gonna get dick.
I don't understand any single woman that's like, oh my God, it's been a year. It's been months since
You
I've
have
gotten sex.
control.
You have all the fucking control.
Yeah, you don't understand.
Are you just being picky?
If you want to get laid, all you have to do is go to the bar, talk to
Anybody.
man or woman, whatever you're into, fire up the conversation, and literally all you have to say is, I want to get laid tonight.
Yeah.
And then boom, you're in. You don't
Boom.
have to play any games.
No games.
Or nothing. You can literally go and get laid and then just take your little pill if you have to, and then move on with your life.
Why couldn't all sex be this simple?
And I'm a full believer that having sex on a consistent basis creates a healthy, very healthy, harmonious life.
Yes.
Yeah.
We should start a movement.
Sex saves lives. It does.
That's the movement.
It can create life if you want it to,
Sex.
but it also saves lives.
Create and save lives.
I see the commercial already.
I feel like I see the commercial.
There's a lot of people. There's like a meditation thing kind of going on with like, oh, and like sex saves lives.
You do make a good point. I feel like the world in general would be so much happier if everyone was just getting laid.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
why not? Why are people not getting laid? What is the fucking problem?
I have no idea.
Why can't there be a website where you just post and be like, I need some sex. Who's interested? This is what you got to work with tonight.
It's called Craigslist.
Oh.
Yeah.
When did they start using the word sex to talk about sex? Like,
it must have been the very first word of the English language.
No, it wasn't.
Because back in the day of Jesus times, what else would you do?
They didn't but that's the thing is they didn't call it sex. They back in the olden days, they called it like intercourse or like spreading his seed or like making love or like doing the dirty.
Making love, that's so boring. Like you don't
boring.
make love, you feel love.
Right?
Right. So
right?
you making love? How do you make love? You don't create it.
No.
That's
putting
creepy.
two into
That's creepy stalkery stuff. That's stuff that
I'm
I've
make
done in the
some
past.
Love with
going
you.
like, love me.
I'm going to make love with you.
I'm gonna make you love me. Ooh, I'm gonna make love to you. Yeah.
I'm gonna make love to you.
Right.
Here is my creation of love unto you. Yeah, that's a stupid term.
Right. Let me love on you right now.
If you're someone who calls it making love, stop it. Stop it now. Never say that again, ever.
I believe that guy Mike Pence says it that way.
Ew.
I know.
Ew.
Yeah, and he calls his mom mother.
No.
From what I heard. Yeah.
No. Ugh. Is there a proper term to call your parents?
Mom, dad.
Mom, dad?
Yeah, or their first names.
Ooh.
I like doing that.
Oh, I like a good first name.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, Dave.
Ooh.
Dave, we need to talk, Dave.
Carl.
Linda.
Deborah.
Ooh, my mom went by Lindy for a while, and I'm like, why are you going by Lindy? Just
That's
go by
weird.
Linda. That's weird.
You know, sometimes I call my parents the parentals or the rentals.
Parental advisory. The
Yeah.
rentals, so you rent your parents.
In a way. Oh, I wish I could rent them and then give them
Ooh,
back.
that's another really great idea. Like parent renting?
Renting your parents.
Renting your parents.
Because you don't need your parents all
Right.
the time. You just need them every so often when, like, you know, there's a leak or you have the sniffles or, like, you forgot what goes in tomato soup.
Just like how we were talking about like fostering in the last episode.
Sure.
Like, you know, if you're dating somebody and it's like, oh, I want to meet your parents, you know, there should be a place for you to go to. Like in Craigslist, in the men seeking women or men seeking men. I am looking for a daddy.
I think that's
Yeah.
a different part of the classifieds.
Do I need insurance though? Because sometimes you have to provide insurance as far as like renting almost anything, especially like microphones, cameras.
Yep. As one of these parents gets injured on your outing at your date, chokes on the seafood because you didn't know they had an allergy because
Exactly.
they're rented parents.
Yep.
You have to pay certain incidentals. But yeah, like almost everyone is embarrassed by their parents. And they're like, I don't want to bring my parents out here. I don't want you to meet these people. Rather you meet these other people that are great.
And you're never going to see them again.
No.
So there you go. Right.
No.
At that point, you're going to express, I don't like my parents and I want to use you as my lady.
Yes.
You know, like the girlfriend that I have right now. Like, I want to use you to get away from my family.
Yes.
I want to be able to say, F you, family. We're done. I'm going more towards, you know, because you know what?
Right?
I have sex with her. I don't have sex with my family.
Exactly.
You know, you always go towards wherever the sex goes. That's just a human thing.
I'm an afternoon sexer.
So it's like, ooh, 12:01.
Ooh, like a little like afternoon delight.
Ooh.
But not everyone's for it. You know
Cool.
what?
Yeah, I'm a 24-hour, 7 days a week kind of guy.
Wow.
Yeah, whenever I need to be ready, I'm ready.
I wish women were like that.
Right?
I wish we could just go on a dime. You know what? Maybe if we had some like ED medication, we could actually be ready on a dime instead of having to like, you know, needing to be warmed up, having some foreplay. You know what's annoying? Fucking play.
Why don't they just call it 3-play?
Why would they?
When you do it 4-play, usually there's not 4 people around, so we're just 2-play.
You have 4 fingers. Maybe that's
I
it.
have 5 fingers.
Maybe I don't think you use your thumb for foreplay.
Ooh, maybe it is a 4-finger kind of thing.
Maybe it started off that way.
Yeah.
Maybe foreplay came from
magical fingers, from a magician.
Ooh,
a magician actually did it.
Surprise.
Yeah, with a top
Foreplay,
hat and a cape and
right?
everything.
Oh my gosh, you're
Yeah.
not aroused. Surprise, magic, pulls the rabbit out of the hat, tickles the foreplay. Now you're aroused. It's time for sex. Brilliant.
With a magic wand and everything.
What if the wand was the first dildo?
Magicians do have those wands that like bent over.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So maybe that.
And like
was
things
probably-
come out of it, like
yeah,
flowers
yeah,
and
like
whatnot.
Sprinkles, Rice Krispies, Snap, Crackle, and
I'm
Pop.
not gonna lie, I've always secretly wanted to be a magician's assistant.
Well, I believe in your dreams.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm, too old for that. I feel like the time's passed.
What are you talking about? You're like 23.
Still. It's a young person's game.
You have
magician's
so
assistants.
much life ahead of you,
I'm
Magnus.
not in the mood for sparkly dresses anymore, and that's I've passed my sparkle time.
You are Princess Magnus, and don't let anybody tell you differently.
Way to make a gal feel special.
I think that about wraps us up.
And on that note, that happy note, that is our show for today.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
we did. You did it. The second episode
did
is
it.
in, and you can follow us on Instagram. And I'm Gio.
I'm Magnus. We will catch all you toxic shitters
Next week.
next week.
Next week.
Next week.
Next week. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.